strongly support it. One of the challenges
Today, Berkeley's mayor took a step toward defunding the police. Mayor Jesse Arreguín introduced a proposal that would cut more than $9 million from the Berkeley Police Department's budget, with plans to move that money to other areas in the community. And joining us now for more on all of this is Jay Jordan. He is an expert on the defund the police movement. In the wake of George Floyd's death, many Berkeley residents are demanding change, and now city leaders are responding. Jay, what are your thoughts on cutting more than $9 million from the Berkeley Police Department?
I mean, in general, right, we applaud the efforts of any city that takes steps towards reimagining what public safety looks like, right? We call it this concept of shared safety, to where public safety is more than just the absence of crime. It's the presence of well-being. And a lot of calls to service have nothing to do with public safety per se, nothing to do with crime. A lot of calls to service are because of mental health issues, homeless issues, drug addiction, and cops will agree that they are not social workers, they are not homeless professionals, they are not drug addiction counselors. And so, like, taking that taxpayer dollars and investing it into things that actually make us safe is the right thing to do. I mean, a recent report from the California Budget and Policy Center states that this state, California, spends a whopping $50 billion on the criminal justice system. $50 billion. If we were to just take 5% of that money, $250 million, we could cure homelessness in this state. And so by cities taking action and saying, hey, we need to reimagine what public safety looks like, and listening to the people that are paying the bill, are footing the bill for public safety, it makes sense.
Jay, I get it. You're looking at talking about mental health issues, homelessness issues, and taking money maybe and shifting it toward that. Do you know if some of these plans, like the Berkeley Police Department's losing $9 million, would possibly result in the loss of officers? Would police lose their jobs?
I mean, again, this is about safety, right? You know, there's a conversation. There is ongoing negotiations in the street right now that you are seeing. You are seeing Black folks in America say that, you know, we do not feel safe. Right. And that is a values conversation. Now, the conversation around jobs is a self-interest conversation. And we are a nation of values. We are a nation that says that money from taxpayers that's supposed to keep us safe should go to the things that keep us safe. And so if that means taking money out of the criminal justice system and putting it into places that create safety, then that's what has to happen. And to the question of jobs, you know, there is innovative ways to figure that out. You know, we have to get to the point to where we can even have that conversation. I mean, when you have police unions backing a proposed ballot initiative in November that seeks to roll back reforms that California has did. I mean, police unions right now are backing a ballot initiative that would expand prisons and increase police budgets across the state, upwards of $400 million a year, and lock upwards of 10,000 people up a year. Those are not conversation starters. And so when we talk about jobs, we have to call out like the values conversation in this.
Right. Well, it is a delicate balance on how and where to allocate resources, and so many issues need to be addressed. What do you say, though, to critics, people who worry that possibly if the police departments are defunded, it could lead to the loss of officers, and fewer officers on the streets could make people worry that lives could be in jeopardy? How do you respond to those people with their concerns?
Yeah, and so like, I'm from Northside Stockton. I'm from the city where, you know, we have Michael Tubbs. When you think about safe communities in Stockton, when you think about, I encourage all your viewers, Julie, to think about what makes a safe community aesthetically. Manicured lawns, home ownership, good schools, good parks, community centers, after school programs, sports teams, right? None of that has to do with police at all. The more police you see in communities, that's an indication of less safety. When we invest in things that stop crime from happening before they're happening, then we have less crime, not more cops. Data shows that crime has decreased over the past 20 years, right? That prison population has decreased over the past few years, right? But prison spending has increased. Police budgets have increased. And so there is a disconnect there. When you have the reason we should invest, like the argument is we should invest more in cops and prisons, that would make us safe. But the data speaks the different narrative, that crime has gone down, that prison population have gone down, but the spending has gone up. And when you think about safe communities, you don't think about communities that have a bunch of police in them. You think about communities where there's high home ownership, high graduation rates, where there's manicured lawns, where there's HOAs, where there's credit unions, where there's access to food, like good environmental programs. Like that's what creates safety, not more police, not more prisons, not more jails.
Okay, well, a very important discussion to have as cities all across this country are now looking at ways to make people safe and work things out. The Berkeley City Council is set to address a number of these issues on July 14th, and we hope to learn more. Jay Jordan, we appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.